The cross join is one of the most unique joins and also the rarest that you're going to use, but from time to time you will come across this, and there's a lot of power here because a cross join will return all rows from both tables, but it will generate the data and return a new row for every possible combination of the data between the two tables. Now you will hear this referred to out there as a Cartesian product. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it, but if you hear that term, they're talking about a cross join. The best way to understand a cross join is just to see one happen. So let's jump out into the Management Studio and take a look at one. Now I'm going to cut and paste some things in here so that we can spend more time talking about the code instead of you watching me hack a few letters and back up and correct them and so forth. So let's just paste my code in. And by the way, all of this code is available for you out there in the Working Files folder. And I forget to tell you that in most of these movies, but if you see me doing code, it's a very, very good chance I've included that code out there and usually add a few comments and notes to make it hopefully even more useful for you. So we're going to select the distinct values, the top 5, first name and last name from person.person, a distinct top 5 phone number from the person.person phone. And I'll just execute both of those queries together and you will see what that's going to look like. Notice, here's our first 5 names, distinct names, and down here are our first 5 phone numbers. They look the same, but notice it's 0110, 0111, 0112. You see the pattern, right? They're incrementing by 1 every time. So I'm going to Control R, make that go away. And to do this, though, and to not have to work our SQL Server to death and wait too long, we're going to use our old friend Select Into and create a couple of tables to play with. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to paste in my 2 Select Into statements. Notice we're going to select our top 5 first name, last name into. We'll call it person cross from the person table. We're going to do a select distinct top 5 phone number into phone cross from the person phone table. I'll run these one at a time. So I'll execute that one, 5 rows. So it created a new table called person cross. And now let's create the new table called phone cross. And we'll populate it. And there is 5 rows. Now let's go look at the damage that we just have done. All right. Hopefully there's no damage. So we're going to select everything from our person cross table that we just created. And so I will highlight that. And there's our table, 5 rows. And then let's get phone cross. And let's see what this one looks like. And there are my phone numbers. There's the person cross, 5 rows. There's the phone cross with the phone numbers, 5 rows. Now, what I'm going to do is a cross join. So I'm going to copy that, going to make my little results pane go away, and then I'm going to paste this guy in. Notice we're going to select the first name, the last name from our person cross table. Then we're going to get the phone number from the phone cross table, and we're going to cross join them. Notice right there, cross join, okay? Could have done this for you. So now when I run this, if it's going to give me every possible combination, and there's 5 rows in each table, 5 times 5 should be 25. So I'll execute this and notice, sure enough, I got 25 rows. And so notice what it's done here. There's my first 5 from there to there. And notice it's given me every one of those with the 0110 telephone number. Then the next 5 from 6 down to 10, everybody with the 111 number. All right, then let's scroll down. Notice we get everybody with the 112 number. You see the pattern, right? So it's going to generate a cross hatching or whatever you want to call that of these rows with every possible combination. This is great for generating data, for trying to figure out new syllable combinations, for trademark names, for new products, and so forth. So anyway, you just need to see what a cross join is. Now be aware that if you take a table with 1,000 rows and you cross join it with a table that has 1,000 rows, it's going to create a result set with 6 zeros, right? It's going to be 1,000,000 lines, if I'm right, 1,000 times 1,000. So be very, very careful with doing these cross joins. They can really get interesting on you, okay? So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That is what a cross join looks like.